So, listen, what's your view on alternative therapies? Do you believe in them or are you sceptical? You can have them and still be sceptical, you know. A few weeks ago, I met Barbara Ellis from Ponteland. She is now a master practitioner of an ancient Chinese therapy. Now, this all started about 7 years ago when Barbara's health was so surprisingly transformed by a short training course that she gave up her job within days of returning to work so she could devote herself full-time to changing the lives of others in the same way. Now, at the time, Barbara was happily working as a speech therapist in Northumberland College for young adults with learning difficulties. So when she came in, armed with a, fabulous-looking massage chair, slightly scary, she did explain why she thought Tuina might be helpful for those with learning difficulties.
People learn through their senses. And with young people with learning disabilities, a lot of their senses don't work particularly well. And what we were trying to do is stimulate the senses and help stimulate communication. And one of the senses, obviously, is touch. And as you reach a certain age, touch comes less and less important to people. And particularly in education environments, you're not allowed to touch. You have to have certificates for certain things to say whether you can do things. And if we were doing massage as one of the techniques through the senses, and so I had to go and get a certificate in massage. And because we're doing all this through clothing and not onto the skin, we decided I needed to find something that I could do through clothing, and Tuina massage came up.
So you went on this course and then you got the qualification. What did it do for the young people with learning disabilities that you were? Right,
well, the actual massage itself we couldn't really use it with the young people because it was too strong, but it gave me an actual certificate to touch these people. So we just did gentle massage with them. But because we'd already started the programme, this was just kind of like a thing I had to do, if you see what I mean. The programme had already started in the college. Then they told me I had to get the certificate. So I did it that way. So we were already progressing with the students, and through touch we were actually able to get them to communicate a lot better. And we had one student who had no non-verbal communication actually started to say words, which was absolutely phenomenal. It was brilliant.
And is that because it calmed people down?
It did, but it also, I think, it gave them, there was other aspects to this. There was movement. We were using all the senses. We were using movement, which is proprioception. We were using visual stuff. We were using things where they can actually physically communicate with exchanging pictures and things. And also with the touch. We were using everything. And the whole communication thing just developed. And with some of our students, they calmed down enough to then listen, to then take on board what they were being asked to do. And they actually started communicating verbally as well as using picture exchange.
Must be amazing to see that kind of thing.
It was fabulous because it's when you have an 18-year-old who's non-verbal coming out with some words, fantastic.
And were you able to employ Tuina to your own life? Because I know you had a few ongoing health issues yourself.
Absolutely. When I was on this course, I had an absolute revelation. It was fantastic because I came away from that course feeling so much better. I was having acupuncture and the massage, and I came back a different person.
So what were your ongoing difficulties then?
I had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, which is an autoimmune disorder which affects the muscles, and I was in a lot of pain. My energy was, the way I felt inside was like I had no energy. I had no get up and go. Everything was
so a bit like having ME in a way.
A little bit like that, yes. And some days I was in a lot of pain. And when I did this course, because it was intensive, I had massage every day. I had acupuncture every second day. By the time I came back after 14 days, I was cured. Well, wow. I can't say I was cured, but I felt so much better. And I have not had any of those fibromyalgia symptoms since then. So whether it was actually a correct diagnosis, there's still this debate about these things.
There's more to heaven and earth than we know, and with that kind of gentle massage and Reiki and all that kind of stuff, which a lot of people approach quite sceptically, it does work, doesn't it?
Well, Tuina isn't that gentle. It's actually quite vigorous because you're actually getting right down into the deep tissues with it. Because it leads on to sports massage as well. It's what lots of massages are based on, the ancient Chinese medicine principle. And Tui Na is one of the oldest forms of massage. And you'll see that Swedish massage, shiatsu, chiropractic, osteopathy, a lot of them take elements of the Tui Na principles.
She's fab. Barbara Ellis. So she discovered an ancient Chinese therapy being practiced here in the northeast, in Ponteland, actually. It's by the pub, you know, as you're going on the right. You can find out what happened when Barbara tried it on me next. 11:45. I want to daydream believer. So we're discussing Tui Na. If you've never heard of it, nah. Neither have I. Barbara, I'm not rubbishing it because I think you're fabulous. I was in her consulting room the other day and she's got such a way with her, gentle Scottish lilt. And the atmosphere in the consulting room is just so calm. I was like, okay, Barbara, I may fall asleep. Anyway, Tui Na has revolutionised Barbara's life. She's from Ponteland and she's a master practitioner of the ancient Chinese therapy Tui Na. It saw her quit her job to try and help others feel the benefits. She's even roped her son into it all. So you could call it a family business, pet.
Yes, indeed. So it's like a little family affair now. Yes, he's come into it now, and we've been developing our knowledge with different techniques, and we've brought in with the new one, which is the Emmet technique, and it's out there in the northeast. There's a lot of people training in it now, and I think you're going to hear more and more about it, and it's really, really good. And along with our Tui Na massage and using some of this Emmet technique, it's just blowing our minds away as to how effective it is for pain relief, for helping to with the spine, because that's where the nervous system is, and that's what we have to work with, is the nervous system.
Okay, what was your son doing before you dragged him into massage?
He was working with the elderly in a care home. He worked there and he supported their care needs. He ended up with a bad back, and it was through that, giving him treatments, that we got his back more or less sorted, and he decided that, this was for him too, so off he went and did the training.
And you've doubled in acupuncture as well?
I have, yes, I do that. I've trained in traditional Chinese medicine, so that incorporates acupuncture.
What kind of ailments would you need to be suffering from to benefit from Tui Na?
Neuromuscular problems, usually to do with, how you sit, how you work, all these kind of things that impact on your body. And it's to do with the spine, basically. If the spine isn't working to its maximum, things won't work particularly well in your body. So it can affect not only pain, but it can cause you pain, but can also lead to other illnesses, stress, all these things.
What about bad posture? I notice me and so many of my friends in the office, we're all slouched or this or wrapped with legs underneath us. Does posture have a lot to do with undiagnosed pain?
Absolutely. If you go into businesses and if you go into schools, you look at teachers, children, everybody, their posture is being affected by everyday activities. And if our society nowadays we sit a lot, we don't exercise enough. And our diets have a lot to do with it as well. If you're overweight, your posture will be affected because you're carrying that excess weight, that your spine is having to take the load of that. The way you sit, the way the way you move through life can have such a big impact on your spine. And it's your spine you need to look after. The nervous system comes from there.
So you're going to show me how effective it can be. Do I need to strip?
No. You do not need to strip. We can just do it straight onto your T-shirt.
So I've told you my problems. What do you think?
I think you need a good overhaul.
Okay. And the things I've told you about, neck, lower back, middle back, are they common?
Absolutely. That's what your posture will be affecting, how your back is feeling, and that's what's manifesting. These are the symptoms. Now we need to look at the root cause.
Okay, so you've got some bizarre chair.
I have. It looks like a torture chair, doesn't it? But it's lovely and comfortable. It's exactly how you want to rest. Your knees will be taking some of the weight, but you'll be sitting down on this, and your chest will be supported and your head will be supported. And when I give you a massage, you just relax.
You rubbed my back, you put your fingers in occasionally. It didn't hurt, apart from my painful areas, but even that didn't hurt too much. Am I better?
Your posture is better. We've talked a little bit about how you should hold your head in relation to your shoulders and how you should turn your neck and not do anything too fast, because as soon as you do that, you're likely to jerk something. But lifestyle always impacts, and it may be that you just need every so often a little adjustment just to kind of get you back into that good posture.
Oh, it's lush. Tweenar, Barbara Ellis from Ponteland. She's a master practitioner of this ancient Chinese therapy. My producer, Laura, who's somewhere around. Did I groan? Oh, she's there. Did I groan a lot? Yes, she's going, yes, I did. And then after she'd had a fiddle, I have to say that afternoon, I just went, ugh. And I was like drained. And then the other day, I went to see Barbara for the other bit. So she measures the amount of electricity in your body and where it's sitting and this, that and the other. And then when she measures that, she knows the kind of problems you can have. So for me, my spleen energy is not working as it should. And my blood is quite still, apparently. It's because I don't do any exercise. Anyway, from the picture she can build up, and it's amazing what she does. She can tell your problems, and she can maybe help you. I mean, as with anything, yes, you have to pay for therapy because it's not available on the NHS, although it should be. But that's a whole other story, and not the views of the BBC, mine only. So, Twee Nart Massage. Barbara's in Ponteland. You know how you come into Ponteland and the pub's on the corner? Well, she's just above the estate agents there. Thanks, Barbara, and I will come back to see your herbalist as well. It's just I had to cancel it the other day because I had to.